Hi, Holly. Well, thank you for joining us. Your new single Birthmark has been out for a bit now. How are people vibing with it? Have people reached out and said, like, shared their reaction, shared their thoughts?
Yeah, I felt so lucky that people have been listening to it and adding it to their playlists. It got the loveliest premiere on the radio, and we had a little pop up where a bunch of people came and listened to it with me, which was so nice. It's been a really good week, to be honest. I've had such a fun release week. It's been awesome.
That's so good. It kind of feels like a birthday in a way. Like you work so hard towards something, it comes out, and you get to share that with everyone else in the world.
Definitely feels like a bit of a birthday, which is fun because I'm trying to stay consistent with my releases, so I almost get like a birthday every 2 months or whatever, and it's so fun.
And the song Birthmark, it explores that pull towards something you can't quite let go of. So what was the moment of feeling that first spark this song?
I remember really vividly when I wrote this. I was sitting in my bed and I have my little nylon string guitar, which I love and very attached to. And the chorus kind of came to me first, and the idea of um, someone knowing you so well and knowing like you intimately in terms of like your emotions and your behaviors and stuff like that, but then also just like the quirks that are about you. And I think boiling that down to the idea of like someone knowing where your birthmark is like quite special, I think. Um, but yeah, it honestly was one of those songs where I was just sort of sitting in my bed and it just kind of almost fell into my lap in a way, I feel, which is always such a nice feeling because you then can, yeah, it's sort of like an instant payoff from your sort of like emotional outpour into a song, and then you just sit in it. It feels really good. So yeah, it's sort of been with me for a good couple of months now. So it's always so nice when it's like out in the world.
Yeah, and now that it's out and you've been able to process that, do you feel like because obviously writing is sort of like your therapy, but do you feel like that's
Mm.
helped you process the situation now that you've written it, it's out there, people can connect with it?
Definitely. I also think for this one, or honestly for a lot of my songs, they always, I kind of grew through the song and the song kind of sits with me for a while before everyone else gets to hear it. It definitely takes on different meanings for me, and I can kind of sit with different feelings through it in a way, which has been great for me. But yeah, this one feels very kind of emotional in a way, but then also such a great like sort of physical like release of emotion for me. So yeah, it's special.
Yeah, and I liked what you said about how the song can kind of, as you go, change meaning, and how as you go through new life experiences, that song can evolve and mean different things for you as you experience different things as well.
Yeah, totally. That's like a big thing for me. And I think it like sometimes it's almost a bit of not a curse, but sometimes I'll write something that I'm maybe hyperbolizing a little bit and then it'll kind of like manifest into my reality and I'm like, what have I done? But yeah, it's always so fun to like look back and trace the different meanings and how it kind of yeah, storylines your life, I guess.
Yeah, and you mentioned that this is an emotional track, and listening to it, it does like listening to this versus listening to your older stuff, it does sound more vulnerable than your previous work. So was there anything that you hesitated to include, or what do you feel like helps you be more vulnerable in this track?
That's such a good question. I think I've sort of hit this period of time with my lyric writing in particular where I'm generally writing from like really vivid like imagery in my head, and I love listening to tracks that have really specific yeah, visuals, I guess, or like words that kind of really I guess show something super physical that you can really picture. And this one, I think I experimented with that at the start, and it's informed a lot of my writing since. That type of, yeah, really kind of detailed description, which I really like. It's really fun. It can be like a bit, yeah, vulnerable and revealing, but I think ultimately it's kind of, yeah, cathartic in the best way.
Absolutely. And on the sonic side, it kind of takes me back to like 2000s tracks. Like it's got that old school sound with also like that modern perspective as well. So how did you approach that and shape that sound?
Honestly, I built this production off this one rhythmic synth that I have, and I sort of just was scrolling through the bank and then I found this sound and I was like, oh my gosh, that's super cool. I loved it's the kind of opening little like glitchy sound that happens in the intro. And as soon as I found that, it just was like a click for me in terms of the direction that I wanted the production to go and like the really nice tight break beat, that type of thing. Yeah, I think that was the catalyst for the kind of world of the production, and then it kind of just went from there.
Yeah, and you worked with Alice Ivy on the production too, is that correct? Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Um,
awesome.
so what did Alice bring that helped you shape the song to what it is, and why was Alice the perfect fit for that?
Honestly, I sort of had the production kind of sitting in this spot that I was like, yeah, I can really clearly see the direction and see the whole kind of story, I guess, of the song in the production. And then I had a session with Alice Ivy and it just felt so right. She's just the best. And also, we really connect in terms of like creativity and experimentation. And it was just like the most joyful couple of days in the studio. And she just brought her polish, a professionalism to the track, which I really needed, but also managed to really sit with the track with me and keep the integrity of everything that I'd already kind of laid down, which I really appreciated. It was, yeah, it was so much fun making that with her.
Yeah, it's nice. Do you feel like Birthmark is a standalone project, or can you see it fitting into a bigger piece of work in the future?
Yeah, I mean, in terms of the sound world, I really love this type of production, and I definitely can see it fitting in with some of the other production I've been working on. So I'm excited for people to hear all the other stuff, and this is a great little taste of that kind of, yeah, type of production and me experimenting with some new things, and then also kind of calling back to the music that I used to listen to a lot when I was younger, which is really, yeah, nostalgic and special. So yeah, I'm excited for people to hear the other things that I've been working on.
What music did you listen to when you were younger that you feel like might be making influence in what you're letting out now?
Such a good question. I have actually been revisiting a lot of my really old playlists and also my old CDs, and a lot of it is like Nikki Webster. When I was younger,
Yes.
I was obsessed with her. I also really loved Casey Chambers, which is like quite a bit different to the stuff that I'm writing, but in terms of like lyrics and that type of thing, I think she's really informed a lot of my writing. Um, Obviously everyone goes through like a real folk era, and I think that type of lyric writing is so sacred, and so that's been really nice to go back to and then kind of bring into my current style of writing. But yeah, it's been sort of, it's always strange when you go through your old playlists and things like that and you're like, wow, it's yeah, crazy how it kind of comes back in a way.
Absolutely. And I've recently done the whole like revisiting Nikki Webster again too, and the Veronica's like Hilary Duff now that she's got a new album. And it's funny how
Yes.
like as you grow up and you change, like certain songs, no matter how old they are, still resonate with you or find their way into what you're experiencing now.
Totally.
So what's next for you? If anyone who listens to Birthmark and they're like, look, I really like this person, how can they come and support you?
Yeah, we're about to head on tour with Alexia in May, which I'm so excited for. I love Alexia so much. Her music, again, like is always a staple in my playlists. I just made like a driving playlist, and there's yeah, Alexia songs in there everywhere. So I'm so excited. And then we've got some other shows coming up. We're playing the Telenova shows at the Forum next weekend. And then, yeah, stay tuned for some other things that we'll announce soon, maybe. I don't know.
That's such a fun combo. I saw Alexia recently. She opened up for Kelsey Ballerini in Sydney with Carter Scene as well, and that was just such a great lineup. And she just sounds like she's someone that'll be like really supportive and fun when you're opening up for
Oh,
her.
yeah. Yeah, and I think that's something I admire so much about her is like the community she's built around her, as well as just like with other musicians. And yeah, she really heroes all of the cohort of musicians around her, which is so cool and something that I, yeah, definitely want to try and strive to do more like her. So I'm so, yeah, so grateful to be on the tour.
Yeah, and you mentioned Birthmark is part of a bigger project. Is there any plans for future releases in the year that people should look out for, or what's next for you after this tour?
Yeah, you should definitely stay tuned for some more songs that I've been writing. I've been writing so much and really feel like I'm become really attached and connected to a kind of collection of songs. And yeah, they feel like they've really soundtracked my past like kind of 6 months. So it's been fun to feel so connected to it all again. But yeah, I'm excited for everyone to hear it.
Amazing. And was there anything else you wanted to add about the song that we haven't covered today that you really want people to know when they listen to it,
Ooh,
or what you hope they take away after listening to it?
that's so interesting. I think I would love people to sit with the track and then think about the things in their life that they I don't know, the things that in their life that maybe is like reflective of their comfort zone, and then maybe how they can kind of like push out of that, because I think that's a big part of the track is like not getting too comfortable and sort of yeah, feeling settled, or yeah, always staying like eager for more, I guess.
Great. Well, thank you so much. All the best for the tour, and we'll definitely keep our eye out for new releases in the future.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right, thank you. All right, bye.
Thank you.